Rory's got a stolen bike. I'm handling stolen goods.
A couple of months ago, while in Scotland, we went to visit a man who was selling a Range Rover that we were keen to buy. Upon arrival at Martin's house, however, it quickly transpired that we'd likely leave with more than we bargained for. Multiple cars and vans littered the land, and then Rory laid eyes on a little KTM 125cc motorbike that didn't start, didn't move, and hadn't been ridden in well over 2 years. After running the plate and discovering that the bike had been previously crashed, Rory probably should have walked away. But the VIN numbers on the frame and engine matched, meaning that this bike definitely was not stolen. So a deal was done, and the KTM was loaded into the very Range Rover we were there to buy, meaning that everyone was happy. That happiness, however, wasn't to last long, because a couple of weeks after retrieving the bike, we released our first video on it, as many of you will have seen. Fixing everything wrong with my crashed motorbike amassed more than 200,000 views, but it was your comments that put a very bright spotlight on an obvious mistake we'd made. Love and Life said, "Oh Rory, what have you done? That bike is the later model. The frames are different and it isn't possible to fit the later parts onto the older bike. I work with bikes and have experience with both of these models. You have a clone stolen motorcycle. Best you can do is involve the police and try not to get so excited every time you see something for sale." And Josh, as well as many others, agreed. "The bike's a ringer. It's not a 2012 plate, just a stolen 2020 bike on a 2012 VIN and reg."
So, looks like it actually is nicked then, Rory.
Yeah. We did check the VIN number,
Yeah.
and there is a VIN here, and it does match what is on the logbook. It does have its original key, which works in the ignition. I know you could change that, but they did obviously. Then they must have changed it on the seat because the seat works as well. So there were a lot of things that were correct about this bike, but then after seeing the comments and seeing what everyone said, we did start to look a bit more, and we looked a bit closer at this VIN, and it then got a picture of, which you can see here, of what an actual KTM VIN looks like. And this one looks like it's been hole punched rather than what they look like they've probably been laser etched from factory. So that didn't add up. And then also on the engine number as well, that also didn't look like how it did from factory. So that led us to believe that this bike has been tampered with.
So I guess there's only one thing for it, isn't it, Rory?
Yep.
Who wants to buy this for 2,000?
No. We need to find the actual identity of the bike.
We do. So we are going to go to KTM Direct. We're going to get the ECU plugged in. That's going to tell us a whole bunch of information that we can then put into the KTM computer to find out if there is like a stolen marker on it. We first, though, need to get Gareth and his van. So I'm going to make a phone call. Cut to the next scene where we're probably, hopefully, at KTM. Hi, Gareth. Yeah, it's stolen.
Before we take Rory's suspected stolen motorbike to KTM, a quick shout out to this week's video sponsor, Carly, that lets you check your vehicle's health and can also unlock awesome hidden features. That's because Carly allows you to take back control of your car by diving into its diagnostics. Simply plug the scanner into the OBD2 port, open the app, and Carly will reveal all. Speaking of which, let's give my high mileage 530D Touring a thorough health check. So as you can see, Carly has done the legwork and my car's vehicle health is very bad. So if I look in the diagnostics tab, we've got oxygen sensor before catalytic converter, signal too high for partial load. And if we use Carly's smart mechanic feature, you can see that we've got the fault code here and potential consequences, including jerking or stuttering. So I better get that fixed. And now let me show you the hidden features that you can enable with Carly, starting with the one that annoys us most, start stop. All I need to do is just tap here, start stop automatic default off, and let's put it on, which means that whenever I stop or come to lights or traffic lights, the engine won't cut out. Thank God. With just a few clicks, there are even more hidden features to explore and enable, including audible confirmation for locking and unlocking, enabling a digital speedometer, and something I use every day, being able to open the tailgate from the key fob. So if, like me, you want to take back control of your car and unlock its hidden features, then Carly is the tool for you. What's more, you will get 15% off using the code AutoalexV2 at checkout. Back to Rory's stolen motorbike. Maybe.
Is that normally how KTM put VINs onto their bikes?
So
A man with a chisel and a hammer.
You look at this one just quickly, that's how they stamp them.
So shall we have another look at this, Rory?
Properly machined in.
So I'd possibly say that,
Here you go.
because it's not even straight either.
So what can we do with you? What can you find out today?
So I'm going to plug it into the KTM computer,
Yep.
and it's going to tell me what the engine the ECU thinks the VIN is.
Okay.
Basically, if the ECU is out of another bike, it will tell me what that bike was out of. The only odd thing about it is if on the logbook it's registered as a 2012, they're not 2012 parts.
No.
That's the odd bit.
All right, well, we'll let you do what you need to do. Plug it in.
Leave me to it and I'll get you some numbers and see
All right.
what I can do.
So Ollie has just wheeled your stolen motorbike out front and he said, we need to have a chat outside. I think he doesn't want to handle stolen property in here anymore. Yeah, he's literally just,
Right,
He's got the documents of truth.
he's politely asking us to f off. I don't know why we're sitting here, Rory. This is your stolen bike.
I'm going to choose a new bike because you can't be trusted to buy a second-hand one because you're always looking for dodgy goods and smart deals.
Right, so
Oh.
Here we go. Put down
Can
my
I join you
kettle
on this side, Ollie?
it's a 2019 125 Duke, which would match the frame. That's all it tells me, unfortunately.
Okay.
The only history KTM have of it was it being unlocked. So the bikes come locked as standard. So if you were to turn the key on that bike over there, it wouldn't run.
So the bike history that we have, it started in 2020, which means that someone would have only probably owned the bike. Does it say when it was initially registered? Which part of 2019?
1st of November 2019.
So literally would have been probably 4 months old when it got nicked.
Right, we've just typed in the VIN. Well, Alex has just typed in the VIN, so it's running it.
Success. It comes back as a KTM. Check vehicle. So yeah, Car Vertical is currently doing its thing. But yeah, in the meantime, we have some theories about. Well, we know it was 4 months old when it was presumably nicked.
Yeah.
The report is ready. View your report. Theft. It says needs attention.
Oh, Rory.
However, it's not been clocked. There's no finance on it.
Great.
And apparently there's no damage.
Right.
Because it's just too much of a confusing vehicle. Last known mileage, 9 miles.
9 miles.
Jeez.
So yeah, KTM 2019,
Yeah.
3 records found, was manufactured January 2019,
Yeah.
was registered November 2019, and in January of 2020, it comes up as wanted. The vehicle was declared as stolen in this particular country. So Rory, about that stolen bike not being stolen, what now?
What are you going to do, Rory?
I guess. Yeah, I don't know what we do now.
I wonder if you cut your losses.
Next step would be to either contact police or insurer
Yeah, I
to
think.
find out the insurer who it belongs, because it belongs to. It's stolen, but it still belongs to someone. So it belonged to an insurance company.
I think people in the comments would be a lot happier if you went down that route. Yeah, for sure.
However, it'd still be good to know how it was stolen.
Yeah, definitely.
So, all right, let's phone 999 immediately. It's an emergency. Rory's got a stolen bike. I'm handling stolen goods. Okay, so we know that it's definitely stolen now.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And we know that the man at KTM actually emailed the previous owner.
So he's emailed him. We haven't heard anything back.
No.
And I mean, the only thing we can really do now is phone the police.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever phoned the police before.
No? Have you not?
Have you?
I've phoned them plenty of times.
You are currently in a queue with a current wait time of up to 5 minutes.
That's not too bad.
Oh, I'll do.
I like their lack of hold music. Hi there. Yeah, so I've got an interesting one. I ended up buying a motorbike about 2 months ago. I've done a bit of work to it and then came to sort of checking it over with a mate of mine who's checked it over a bit more. And it looks like the bike might have a cloned identity.
It might do. So what does that mean?
So we've checked the frame number and the engine number, and it matches what I've got on the logbook. But then I took it to KTM to double check because the frame number didn't look quite right to me, and they've then scanned the ECU and it's come back with a different VIN number, which when I've then put into a car like a checking a app sort of thing, it's come back saying that it is stolen. So I'm pretty sure that the bike is probably cloned. Either that or the ECU has been switched from another bike, but I'm pretty sure it's probably the bike.
Wait, so you bought the bike in
I bought it actually.
where you live?
I bought it up in Scotland actually, and it looks like it was stolen in Edinburgh.
Do you know who you got it from in Scotland?
I do have probably some details of him somewhere.
And what paperwork do you have? Does the paperwork say what you've got?
Yeah, so I've got a logbook, and the logbook matches up to that GN12 plate, and also the VIN number on the frame and on the engine matches the logbook. So without scanning the ECU, the bike looks 100% legit.
Okay, so someone's going to be in touch with you.
Okay. Do you know what the next step? So someone's just going to be in touch. Do you know what the likely outcome is? Is it? Do they usually just come and take them away, or?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know at the moment, so you'll have to wait until they make contact with you. I assume they're going to take it away if it's stolen.
Okay. All right.
So your stolen motorbike is going to be re-stolen by the police.
Yeah.
That is the likely outcome.
If anyone wants a Scorpion exhaust for a KTM Duke 125, hit me up.
HMU. But for now, thank you very much. There will be more motorbike stuff coming up soon, and I promise you it won't be stolen, unless it is stolen, in which case we won't ever release the videos. Until then, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
What a palaver.
What a palaver.